What's up, guys? This was the 5th round of my tournament that I've been playing in. First tournament I ever played, chess tournament. And I won the first round against an 1800. Second, third, and fourth I lost against strong players. And the 5th round, which was right now, we'll see. And I versed a 1300, the lowest rated player I versed so far. Sorry, someone came in while I was recording, but we're going to continue. Let's go over the game. So, my opponent played queen's pawn, but I was like, oh, with the peers, it doesn't matter if it's queen or king pawn, because I could just play normally, which is what I did. I went into my thing, and right away my opponent took, which is the Trumpowski attack, apparently, according to chess.com, and I think he told me after the game it's called the Trumpowski attack, and he likes this. Well, okay, you basically take right away, and I thought this is actually... I don't like trading this off right away, because I like putting pressure in the center with the knight and attacking queenside. But I know this is completely fine. He takes the full center, develop my bishop, I castle, and I know this bishop's going to be annoying in the long run. Now here, from my loss, if you guys remember one of the other tournament games, I didn't go h5 at this point, and I lost. I don't know why I didn't. I overthought. I tried to do a queenside attack very quickly. Here I learned my lesson. I went h5. The knight came in, and here I considered trading right away. It opens up the rook on this file, but I thought it was fine because in the Pierce, a lot of times the bishop really doesn't do anything. I'm curious to see what the computer thinks. Of course, it does open up this file, so he probably wanted this for the rook to come in, and he told me actually he wanted to open up the rook in this way. Anyway, I just pushed the pawn. He brings the knight, and right away I was like, ooh, this was bad. So I pushed the pawn thinking I have this discovered attack. I can take the center pawn. It's a great move. What I didn't realize here is I can't take the center pawn because then this, I can't take the knight back here. The pawn is pinned. So I move the king to the side. He sacks a knight, which I thought he could do, but I didn't expect him to do. Queen takes, and here I'm like, if I survive this, I win the game. He castles, and here I quickly just thought, let me bring my queen in, try to trade off queens. I'm just on material. I should win. I bring my queen in, and then I notice a huge mistake I made, and I'm really scared, which is knight d5. The problem with knight d5, again, I'll be curious what the computer thinks, but I thought knight d5 was super dangerous, because even if I try to check and trade off, so for example, this, and the king moves, he basically takes, my pawn. I have no way to protect this rook. Maybe I could do something like this, and at least recover this back, but this is probably losing for me right now. So I push this pawn. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not developing my pieces, but I feel like this is a scary threat. Okay, he brings the rook forward, which I thought he might do to bring the rook to the g-file, which after the game, he told me that was his plan. And I'm considering b5 now, which I think is crazy, but my idea is b5, bishop comes back, I attack the knight, knight comes back, I take, the rook moves, and then I have like this attack here. Something like here, here, and I thought, this looks pretty good for me. Like, this looks scary, but it's actually not scary. Also, if I could get rid of this pawn, this is a checkmate. And then I noticed later on that the knight could just go to d1 and cover this checkmate threat. But okay. My opponent, though, pushed the pawn. And I kind of had a feeling he might do this because... And especially after this move, I understood how he plays, which is very aggressive, tries to attack the queen while getting him attacked himself. I mean, he sacked a knight in the beginning of the game. So I take, he takes, I take back, and he spends a lot of time. By the way, when I attacked with the pawn, he spent a lot of time, maybe like 20 minutes on this e5 push. So he takes, and I calculated all this. I knew all of this was going to happen. I thought this was completely fine. Even if he doubles up the rooks, he's just down too much material. He can't do anything here. I'm going to win this game. This is what I'm thinking. But my opponent has like 5 to 7 minutes left on the clock. I have like 40 or 50 minutes. I think 53 minutes actually at this point. And I'm thinking my girlfriend is waiting for me. I feel bad for her. She's been waiting like 2 hours. You know, and I don't want to make her wait longer. So I think, okay, you know what? Let me just play fast moves and try to win. But pretty decent moves. Like, I was still on guard. I know I'm up 2 points of material, but I have to be very careful, right? My king is pretty exposed. So, again, I considered pawn push, but then this protect stops the checkmate threat. But anyway, I think of this cool tactic, and I have 50 minutes left on the clock. I'm not going to blame my girlfriend, but I really should have spent more time thinking about this tactic. The whole idea here, after he gets the bishop to safety, finally does this because the pawn would take it at this point. I think f4 opens my bishop up. Rook comes here. Bishop comes here, takes, and I have a discovered attack winning the rook. So I see here, 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 oops, here, 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 right? Here, and I win the rook. What I kind of misunderstood was after the pawn push, I calculated this here. My opponent spent some time bringing the bishop back. He spent time thinking here. So I calculated all of this idea at this point, and idiotically what I didn't realize after these two moves, and what I thankfully didn't do, was that if all of this happens, now the bishop can take back, and actually I blunder checkmate. And I saw this like almost right away, and I was like, oh my god, I blundered. I blundered because now after the rook takes the pawn, this is hanging, and I have no way to protect it. So I blundered this knight move, I felt, and I made this big mistake too. But my opponent, being low on time, I guess, goes for this pawn move, thinking it's clever. I was very happy here. I thought I probably should have gone queen g6 here, try to trade everything off. But I don't know. I think I was thinking like the rook takes and it becomes complicated. So I bring the bishop back, brings it to safety. And again, I'm thinking, oh, my opponent is low on time. Again, 5 minutes. But mind you, it's 30-second interval. Every move you make gains 30 seconds. I'm not used to playing this way, and it really is a game changer. Because here, my brilliant move, which I thought maybe is not that smart, is not that smart. The pawn attacks, which I saw right away he's going to do, that's the nature of how he plays. Queen comes forward, we trade, but now he wins an additional pawn. Now I'm only up 1 pawn, 1 point, right? So I'm like, I have to simplify, right? Let me bring the bishop back. I saw this doesn't work because this, and what's going on? I'm just trapping my pieces. This looks super, super bad. I mean, this is actually fine probably, but maybe something like this. But I was panicking. I thought, okay, we'll see what the computer says. I brought the bishop back, traded everything. I saw this as a weakness, but I thought it was still okay. I'm up. I have a freaking piece. And what I didn't, and I traded off this to damage the pawn structure and not have to worry about the knight's stupid movements. Now here, maybe I should have brought the knight to the center, but my whole idea here was, okay, I'm just going to attack these and everything will be fine. I'm really scared of losing this pawn. I already lost that other pawn. Let me save it. So I'm going to protect it in 2 ways. And what I didn't realize, stupidly, right here, right, if I take, I lose the knight, which is why, by the way, I considered knight c5, but then I thought, what the heck do I do here? I lose the knight and the pawn here. So I thought this was bad. Maybe the whole mistake was going king g7. But anyway, at this point, I realized, oh my god, I'm screwed. And I spent 15 minutes thinking here, right here, 15 or 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I lost this game. Such a sad feeling came into my heart, because I was winning. I know I was winning this game. And it was so sad because I start calculating crazy variations. I calculate rook here, check. I calculate the king coming here. I calculate the king coming here. And this is just brutal. There's nothing I could do. I calculate rook g8, I calculate rook h8, and he was telling me rook g8 looked scary, but I said no, it doesn't. Because you go king g6, I don't have king e8 because you fork, and I can't go back because you check, and I don't remember, maybe this was what I was seeing. There was just something scary. Oh, no, I was seeing this, and this is just, like, oh my god, something like this. Whatever, I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe computer will prove me wrong. So I thought this was clever. Pawn will come, knight will come in. But the problem is if he goes h6, and he blitzed this out. He just had a really good feeling for the end game. By the way, he has like 4 minutes at this point. Pushes this pawn, and here I resign. There's literally nothing I could do to stop checkmate. Nothing. Like, literally nothing. This is checkmate. So, anyway, I lost that game, unfortunately. And my rating, I don't know what it'll be, but it's not playing great. Not playing great chess at all. Anyway, let's see what the computer says. Computer says white played with 84.7. I played with 75.1% accuracy. Actually, my opponent played much better than me, I guess, according to that. And, okay, pawn here was an inaccurate move, interestingly enough. I think it's still fine. I'm just going into my normal stuff. What did computer prefer? Computer preferred d5. It's such a weird move, and common, actually, in this type of thing. If bishop takes here, E takes, and here I'm slightly winning. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy over this pawn move. I think it was completely fine. Yeah, taking here was bad. You have to kind of put pressure in the center and all that type of jazz. Now here I'm guessing something is bad about this, which would make sense. I think this makes a lot of sense. I think my king being out in the open is very, very annoying. But I suppose the idea is what exactly? Like, I am threatening this. Maybe bishop has to come back, but then I just take probably. And I win the center pawn, so that doesn't make sense. E6 is a smart move, but then I just take. Maybe it's not that smart. I don't know. It would have been an interesting game where I would feel like I'm losing. Anyway, I do this instead. I castle. I make all the best moves like a pro. H5 was the best, so that's really good to see. And here I wonder if taking was the best. Okay, so it's not. Computer shows that it's not. Now, I considered knight c6. Yeah, I really did. Yeah, I go for this move thinking I'm clever instead. Damn, I was completely winning here. 0.9. That's crazy. I guess if this comes here, my idea would have been knight e5. Put pressure here. And maybe at the perfect time I take this knight. I'm not sure. Something like this, maybe I would just take right away. But it's still winning. Crazy, crazy. c5. If this, I take... you see, I'm not good enough to explain how this is completely winning. I really don't understand. Is it because these two pawns are kind of hard to support? Like, maybe, but these two are also hanging pawns, they're called, right? This pawn is really helping my king be protected, I guess. His king has no real safety. Maybe that's the idea. See, I'm not really sure. Maybe because I have the bishop pair. But anyway, he goes here, and my king move was a mistake. I had a feeling this was bad, but I really didn't know what to do. Like, if this, I guess I just take the bishop, right? I actually considered b5 at one point. I swear to God, I considered this move. I just didn't understand why it works. And I still don't really understand. Like, this looks so terrible. But I guess the idea... Oh, he can't take. It's pinned. Oh, and if he comes back, I take like this. And this looks super strong and annoying for my opponent. Wow, that's actually super, super duper interesting. Right? Both pieces become hanging. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane stuff. Here, he missed. Wow, really? I'm only slightly winning here after that move. The queen move was the best move. Wow. c6 was the best move. Wait, really? What if he went the knight right away? h6 takes, king moves. How do I stop this threat? Knight c6, knight takes, rook b5, b8. I mean, obviously I saw this, I think, but I don't know. It looks scary. Apparently, this is not scary at all. I mean, trading queens, I guess, makes the game easier to play. So anyway, I go c6, and now is the best move. And here, queen h6 to trade off the queens. Okay, I don't do that. All of this, I think, was the best, yeah. Like, certain moves are so easy to play and understandable, I guess, at my level. Like, I knew for a fact that taking, going back here, it just felt like the most natural and best moves. And here, what was the best move? Developing my knight. You know, I considered this. I didn't do it. Okay, the pawn move was actually fine. The bishop move blunders because he could have taken here. I think that's why. Yep, I was right. And it's still a neutral game. How crazy is that, bro? Jesus, I shouldn't have blitzed out that move. Crazy. I considered a5 too, but I was scared it was too slow because my opponent has so much stuff. But I'm up so much material. I shouldn't have played like a scaredy cat. Anyway, I play this, I get lucky, and then I play another dumb move. Knight d7 is literally the first move I considered here, but I didn't play it. I didn't play it because I thought it was too slow, and I have this cool trick. So stupid. I should know by now. Developing your pieces is just better. You have better tricks here. And then after b4, I have a5. Oh my god, this is just so clearly good. This is so clearly good. And here it's so good that the computer says, okay, this is the best move. Okay, that actually makes sense. After takes, computer likes a4. Yeah, I guess bishop protects here. If here I have takes, and I probably could take, and listen, I'm not going to pretend that this is very easy to see. I think this is super crazy. But here he doesn't have these passed pawns that were as scary as what happened in the actual game. And I have a target right away. So this looks much more natural. Looks like it makes a lot more sense. And here I actually turned a completely winning game into a neutral game. This is so hard to see. This is so hard to see because my instinctual move was knight d7. If this was a blitz game, I probably would have gotten knight d7. But I had to see ghosts with this move. Oh my god. So sad, man. Okay, but then I start playing okay. Bishop takes probably better. This was the best move. Wow, okay. So this was completely neutral. And I was winning. How many times was I winning? I considered knight c7 here, guys. I even went for it. So I was right. King g7 was what lost me the game. And here the rook move was fine. Oh my god, this is what lost me the game. Actually lost me the game. King f7. King g8. Letting myself get forked, because if he comes here, I have rook f8, stopping the fork. If he tries to push, I have knight d5, getting the knight in to help. But how crazy, how hard is this to see, man? Like, how scary is this? I mean, takes, it looks so obvious now there's no attack, but this is the frustrating, this is super frustrating, man. Imagine playing 31 games, an hour and a half of your whole day just spent thinking, and one move, King f7, ruining a winning game, a game that was neutral, a game that if I just went g8 and stopped seeing the ghost, like I'm too scared. The way I play chess is way too scared. Like I'm too scared of everything. I mean, I had nothing here. I really had nothing here. There was, yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed anyway. If you watched this far, say speed through, because I just speed through my voice through all of that. I talked super fast, and it's very hard to recap and go over a game that you just lost that was completely winning. It's really hard on the heart. But starting next year, I'm going to be studying a lot more, and my goal is just going to be to play like in 50 games or something like that. I don't want to have a goal dependent on rating right now. I think that really screws with my brain. So at least as long as I study every day, like an hour a day, plus go to at least 50 tournaments, I think I'll feel pretty good about myself. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one, and bye-bye.